The essential thing about Kubrick is his absolute obsession with every single detail, no matter how small and how detailed it is. And it was his inability to ever say he was finished until he got precisely and exactly what he wanted. Hence the famous number of takes that he does, which is not a myth, I found out. It's very common to be on take 75 or take 80.
Eyes Wide Shut, the final film by the acclaimed director Stanley Kubrick, is a masterclass in how to construct a central theme in a movie, where every character, every dialogue, and every scene offer different perspectives, opinions, and responses on fundamental issues. We can say that the movie is about desire, lust, infidelity, and sexual fantasies within marriage, as well as the power dynamics between men and women, and the economic power structures. These themes are deeply explored through the eyes of various characters, creating an emotional and psychological maze that might make you question everything, even the price of carnival masks. The plot revolves around Dr. Bill, masterfully portrayed by Tom Cruise, a middle to upper class doctor who seems to have it all. A perfect family, a beautiful wife named Alice, played by Nicole Kidman, an adorable daughter, a stunning apartment in the heart of New York City, and a dream job. Everything anyone could wish for, right? But, as any good philosopher would say, wait, it gets complicated. The movie begins with Alice and Bill attending a Christmas party at the home of Victor, a billionaire friend and patient of Bill's. At the party, we see Alice flirting with another man, while Bill chats with a couple of women. It's like they're playing hide and seek, but instead of hiding, they're flirting openly. However, both remain faithful, at least for now. During the party, Victor asks for Bill's help because a prostitute named Mandy, with whom Victor was having relations in the bathroom, and not the diplomatic kind, has suffered a possible overdose. Luckily, Mandy wakes up, and it all turns out to be a scare, and a reminder that rich people's parties are always interesting. Back at their apartment, the pivotal scene takes place, setting the stage for everything that follows. Bill and Alice start a conversation about jealousy, in which Bill, confident in his wife's devotion, asserts that she would never be unfaithful. But surprise, Alice confesses that she once felt an overwhelming attraction to a man she didn't know, a naval officer, and was ready to leave everything just to be with him. This is the moment when the perfect image Bill had of his marriage shatters. Right in the middle of this revelation, Bill receives a call informing him that a former patient has died. This prompts him to leave the house, beginning a nocturnal odyssey where things get even stranger. Upon arriving at the patient's house, Bill meets the deceased's daughter, who, in a display of misguided filial love, confesses her love for him and says she's willing to leave her husband for him. Here we see a narrative mirror with Alice's confession, making Bill experience a similar situation from another angle. And if you're not dizzy yet, congratulations, because this is just the beginning. Another example of these mirror scenes is between the Christmas party and the sexual ritual Bill attends later. The first is an elegant celebration of the elite, while the second is an orgy where that same elite sheds their masks of civility to reveal their true faces, covered by other masks. You get the idea. Speaking of masks, the symbolism here is powerful. Masks have been used throughout history in various cultures, from rituals to carnivals, like the famous Carnival of Venice. But in Eyes Wide Shut, masks don't just hide, they also reveal. To me, the masks in this film represent a society where the faces we see aren't the real ones, both metaphorically and physically. It's when the characters are most naked, Literally, that they are most sincere, covered only by the masks that allow them to be who they really are. As they say, get naked, but don't forget your mask. The power structures are another crucial theme in the movie. Kubrick portrays a world where there's always someone more powerful above and someone more desperate below. Bill lives in the middle, caught between maintaining his perfect image and the dark secrets of the elite. Above, the wealthy enjoy a secret life of excess. Below, the most vulnerable, like prostitutes, are exploited by that same elite. The film is filled with moments that are open to interpretation, like Mandy's death. Was it a murder? Or did she really die of an overdose? And what happened to Bill's pianist friend? Was he killed, kidnapped, or did he just decide to take a long vacation? Kubrick leaves us with these and other questions, giving us the freedom to close our eyes to reality or confront the dark truths hidden behind the appearance. In the final resolution, Bill and Alice's marriage seems to decide to close their eyes to reality to maintain the facade. It's an ambiguous ending that invites reflection. Is it better to seek the truth, or is it sometimes wiser to close our eyes and move on? Eyes Wide Shut is shrouded in an aura of mystery, especially with theories about secret societies and Kubrick's sudden death, just days after showing the first cut to Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. While it's tempting to speculate if this movie was the reason for his death, I prefer to focus on the art of cinema. For me, the most important and interesting thing about this film is how it confronts us with ourselves and our morality. In the end, Eyes Wide Shut doesn't just show us the duality of human nature, but also invites us to reflect on our own masks, our desires, and what we're willing to do to maintain our perfect lives. And if you've ever wondered how far you'd go for a fantasy, or how to deal with uncomfortable realities in your relationship, this movie will give you plenty to think about, or make you run for a mask, just in case. Many critics argue that the film was never finished by Kubrick, and whether that's true or not, it remains a masterpiece filled with symbolism, like all of Kubrick's cinema. Finally, I like to think that, poetically, Kubrick's genius came to an end when he uncovered a hidden truth about marriage and relationships that perhaps even he couldn't bear, leaving all the answers in his films for us to find, or not.
He said so much of being a director is instinct. Thus, when you're asked why too much, it throws your instinct into doubt, which is, as a director, you're the leader. And you cannot, a lot of the time, creatively, it'd be like asking a painter, Picasso, why did you use blue? I mean, there's no answer to the why. It just is. And so I think that's why he didn't like to be asked, what's the meaning of the film? What are you trying to say with this film? The film and all his films are what he wanted to say, and there's nothing more to say.